What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, at the end of last year in fall, and while we were still in the middle of an actors and writers strike, it seemed like we were getting a brand new Deadpool and Wolverine plot leak every single week. And a lot of those early leaks, the ones that talked about a Magneto Ultimatum storyline or the fact that Wanda was going to face off against Jean Grey, ended up getting debunked one after another as we found out more information confirmed about the film. However, some details have lingered and seem to still be true as they apply to what's coming up in this third installment of the Deadpool franchise, and that's where we pick up today with everybody's favorite and the latest anonymous 4chan plot leak for Deadpool and Wolverine. We're going to go ahead and issue the normal spoiler warning, then we'll read through it in full, cover all the details. We've got it for you guys here. Then I'll, of course, try to annotate it as much as possible, line it up with what we already know about the film. We're breaking it down, the latest plot leak for Deadpool vs. Wolverine, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner with the release of X-Men 97. Again, all you gotta do be a sub. Leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video, we get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so first up, the normal spoiler warning, as is customary at the channel when we cover this kind of thing. Remember to take everything that doesn't come from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt, especially something posted anonymously to 4chan and Reddit. Anybody can write them. We give a lot more reverence here at the channel to industry insiders or say editorials that have a proven track record. Anonymous 4chan plot leaks is not that. However, and in the past, over the last 6 years and since I've been doing this, occasionally it's these anonymous 4chan posts that ends up getting it 100% correct. So in the off chance that that's this one and it's in any way going to ruin your Deadpool and Wolverine experience, only you know if you're susceptible to that kind of thing. I'm not mad at you, but if you want to go into the unknown not knowing, now's the time to back out. Otherwise, let's dive right in. Okay, so the first part of this says that, quote, Deadpool and Wolverine fight in an ancient coliseum against villains such as Mystique, Pyro, Apocalypse, Silver Samurai, Weapon X, Lady Deathstrike, Juggernaut, and Galactus the Cloud version. And then goes on to say that the X-Men that appear are Cyclops, Storm, Jean Grey, and Beast, all wearing outfits inspired by the 90s animated series, and that the 2005 Fantastic Four will also appear, but only briefly to help out Deadpool and Wolverine in the final act. Okay, so before we go on to the second part, we already know, and from a ton of behind-the-scenes footage, that Deadpool and Wolverine will find themselves facing off against previous villains from the Fox X-Men universe. However, I think it's important to note that the ones that are confirmed, say like Sabretooth and Toad, are a far cry from these Mystique, Pyro, Apocalypse, Silver Samurai, Lady Deathstrike, Juggernaut, Galactus. We haven't seen any of that, and I have a really hard time believing that the Cloud version of Galactus is going to make a reprisal appearance, or even an appearance at all, in this Deadpool film, and right before he's apparently the actual villain of the Fantastic Four. So I'm a little skeptical there. The only asterisk I'll add to this, while we have not heard any confirmations of Mystique, Lady Deathstrike, etc., is that some industry insiders, and especially in the last 48 hours, like the anonymous Twitter scoopster Can We Get Some Toast, have actually insinuated that Pyro may be among that group. And I will also say, just because we haven't seen a certain villain or villains in behind the scenes footage doesn't really mean anything, because there is a lot more that they shot and on sound stages behind closed doors that we haven't seen than we have seen in a couple of the leaks that we think are taking place in the void, but more on that in a later video. The leak then goes on to say that Cassandra Nova, presumably the villain in the film, actually wants Deadpool to wipe out all the mutants across the multiverse. And the same fight that happens with Baby Xavier in the comics happens in the film. Now, to be fair, while we have no way of knowing if this is correct, it kind of would make sense if there was a reason that Deadpool and Wolverine, say two of the mutants who just absolutely cannot die, would be the ones that you would want to recruit. Say you were Cassandra Nova and did want to wipe out mutants, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. It actually tracks. It would be a reason why maybe she would be after them in the first place. However, I think there's still too many variables about what's going on with the universe in general. We're going to talk about that in future theory videos. I think Cassandra Nova may just be a symptom of the fact that the multiverse is dying, sort of the way we've already seen in Multiverse of Madness, with whole universes being erased, people being responsible for that, and then people wanting vengeance or to fix that, the way that Clea showed up at the end and recruited Doctor Strange to quote-unquote fix an incursion. I think that's what this might ultimately be about, more in the fact that she blames him, if anyone, the meta character who's really outside of it all. Again, we're going to talk about some of this in future videos, and especially after we get the first trailer to see if there's any inkling assuming that any of this is correct. It then goes on to say that the third act will be made up of all variants of Deadpool, like a Deadpool core, and lists out variants such as Lady Deadpool, Kid Deadpool, Panda Pool, Zenpool, Deadpool 2099, Wolverine Pool, Headpool, Dogpool, and more. And there have already been rumors of this being the main finale of the film, a Deadpool core where he recruits versions of himself. I think that was always on the table for a multiversal film. I do not think, however, all of these variants are going to make their way and stay in the 616, so we're going to see a lot of them perish and before the end of the film. Now, all in all, there's some interesting points in here, but really a lot of this feels like fan fiction or just an amalgamation of a lot of the details that have already been revealed. It is super interesting to hear about that Coliseum of sorts because admittedly a lot of the behind the scenes footage in the place that we're guessing is the Void looks like it's one specific and particular location, and from what we've seen, again, keep in mind a lot of other stuff has been filmed and on sound stages, it looks like a decent amount of this movie takes place in this location wherever it is. And we've already seen so many Fox villains, maybe it's not that big of a jump to assume that we're going to see the rest of them in sort of a battle royale format. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below, how hype you are for Deadpool and Wolverine. And again, we're only a week away now from the trailer, or when we suspect the trailer is going to drop. We will do a watch party for the Deadpool trailer, especially when we know when it's going live, but assume that that's going to be somewhere, I'd have to assume in the late second quarter or maybe during halftime, because we assume it's going to be in the third quarter like I've said. Now quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s here at the channel. We're just going to continue to do that until the PlayStation 5 Pro or the 6 comes out. We're also giving away tickets to go see Madam Web over the next couple of weeks. We'll do some giveaways for that. If you want to be entered to win or for any of the future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name AllFires. And to those of you who have already checked out my music or supported me, I cannot thank you enough. Seriously, it has been absolutely amazing. I'm cooking up a new EP now. For the rest of you who maybe haven't checked out my music yet, even if you're just morbidly curious or you want to support, it's AllFires on all platforms. There is a link down in the description. I really appreciate your support over there because even if that music isn't for you, and I get it, you clicking on it helps it go out into the algorithm and find the people who do want to hear it. And again, you guys have been extremely supportive both of my music and here at the channel, and I cannot thank you enough for it. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.